The Mel Carmine Show begins in just 1 minute. Support the movement. Visit QFS1776.com for exclusive one-of-a-kind merch that makes a powerful statement. Protect your wealth. Cash is trash. Go to carminesgold.com and secure real assets, silver, gold, delivered anywhere in the U.S. Text Mel at 786-704-8817. Looking to acquire XRP? Minimum is $10,000 investment, and there is no limit, even up to $100 million worth. Again, text Mel with full details at 786-704-8817 and allow up to 24 hours for a response. And yes, text the same number to establish your religious irrevocable trust. Protect everything you built. You own nothing, but you control everything. And if by chance you're visiting Cape Canaveral or you are a local, visit stayingalive.com, alive with 2 E's, and recharge your body at the cellular level. The show with your host, Mel Carmine, starts right now. Well, where do we start, folks? Man, there's so many moving parts out there right now. It is crazy. The anomalies are everywhere, that we're in the middle of the biggest reset. How long it's going to take, I don't go with dates, November 22nd, November 23rd, October 3rd, all these stupid crazy dates. I don't do that. However, I will tell you that we're getting ready for it. So let me share my screen here real quick. We're having sort of like a executive workshop, and this is going to be at the Staying Alive Wellness Center. That's going to be on November 30th at 12 noon till 5. There'll be a break in between. We're going to start with the Religious Irrevocable Trust, and then we're going to work it into the ISO tokens, and we're going to have a whole crash course for new people. It's going to be a lot of new people coming down. They already heard that, we're doing this, and they're pounding our phones saying, hey, we're going to be there. Everybody wants to protect their assets. An insurance policy, you're going to become a gazillionaire. Why not have an insurance policy? It's crazy not to. You're crazy not to. Okay? So anyway, this is going to be this coming November 30th, which is a Sunday at 12 noon. You want to get there. You can call 321-503-1670. Get on their mailing list, both text and email. Do that as quickly as possible. And then we're going to switch gears. So let me stop sharing and let me share again. My good friend Louis Herms is running for governor of California. And this is powerful. This is very powerful because if you guys want a carbon copy of Trump on steroids in California, I give you Louis Herms. Louis is absolutely ready to lead, and he's going to clean up the shit real fast. DOGE will be unleashed day one on every department we suspect is a scam department, and there are plenty in California, believe me. So there's the guy you want to vote for. We're getting behind him. All the podcasting communities get behind him. We're going to recruit other podcasters that we don't even know to get behind them. California needs to be cleaned up. It's way, way, way long overdue. So Louis Herms, it is herms4cali.com, HERMS4cali, CALI.com. Make sure you go give him a follow as quickly as possible. So that's happening. And I want to show you some things, man, that I think is going to blow you away. Here we go. I mean, at the same time that the global reset is coming, you can't change the channel. It seems that the deep state is pushing their agenda with the digital ID. I could tell you that not on my watch, it's not going to happen. Okay, and not on a lot of people's watch. I'm not the only authority out there. But let's go here real quick and show you exactly what it is we're talking about. Let me refresh this and pause it. Here we go.
I've been warning you about. It arrived here in America, brought to you by none other than Apple. I worked for Apple for 17 years and still hold quite a bit of stock, so it brings me no joy in telling you this, but there are no good guys here, and that's exactly why we need to shut it down while we still can. Apple just rolled out digital ID integration. Sounds convenient, right? But every convenience has a price. Once your identity goes digital, it becomes programmable, and once it's programmable, it becomes controllable. You are handing over your entire identity wrapped in a product, a file that can easily be deleted. If you don't comply, You lose access. If they don't like your opinion, they freeze your accounts. Step out of line. No travel, no bank transfers, no benefits. This isn't speculation. It's already live. Thailand has programmable digital currency. Europe introduced biometric wallets. Canada froze accounts during protests. China's where the pilot began, and they're in full production mode with a live social credit system. They're secretly building the infrastructure at a global level right now, not through laws or force, yet. They're building it through updates and convenience. In Vietnam, they deleted 86 million bank accounts because people wouldn't agree to a digital ID. In the EU, by 2027, they're outlawing large cash payments, forcing people onto digital rails that they can control. This is just the on-ramp. Your freedom becomes conditional when your identity is controlled by a corporation or a government that can revoke it with a keystroke. This is how...
It's getting scary, but, you know, I'm going to have a show on this tomorrow with Colin O'Brien and my good friend Jeff Bezos. And we'll see where it goes. But we're going to be debating a little bit, friendly debates. That's one. Let me see if I can get some of them. I know that I have a lot of them on my Telegram page. Scary, scary stuff. I sent a lot of the stuff to my mom every day. She's like, this is beyond Twilight Zone. And it is. And it is. I mean, look at the way they run Russia, for example, and the way we run our country.
Have a look at this. This is New York City's metro station versus Russia's metro station. Where's all your tax money going, guys? 40% taxes you're paying. This is what you're getting. Look at Russia. You wonder why we're always at war with these countries. No central bank, no GMOs in the food, no LGBT garbage, no propaganda, just the proper way to live. Wake up, peace and love. Go ahead and
There's so many things coming out right now. So many. I got to show you some of these because these are scary. These are scary. Let me cue up the next one.
Robots are stealing human jobs faster than anyone predicted, and 8 major industries just proved human workers are becoming completely obsolete. Waymo autonomous taxis are already serving 200,000 paid rides per week with 0 human drivers, while Amazon deployed 750,000 warehouse robots that sort packages faster and more accurately than any human worker. In China, robotic gas station attendants refuel cars without human help, and robot chefs trained on 5 million recipes are cooking restaurant-quality meals with perfect precision every single time. Boston Dynamics robots are now operating professional film cameras and performing backflips while capturing movie scenes, completely replacing human camera operators who spent decades mastering their craft. The most terrifying example is robots repairing high-voltage power lines because utility companies realize machines never get electrocuted, never fall, and never demand overtime pay or health insurance. These aren't prototypes or future concepts. Every single one of these robots is working right now, earning money for companies while human workers get laid off and replaced. From taxi drivers to warehouse workers to professional chefs, robots are proving they can do almost every job better, faster, and cheaper than the humans who used to do them. The job apocalypse isn't coming in 10 years, it's happening today, while most people are still pretending their careers are safe from automations. Which job will be the last one that robots can't steal from humans?
I don't know, you tell me. I mean, if that doesn't scare the living shit out of you, personally, I mean, look, the timing of the global reset, which is happening right now with all the price manipulation, Bitcoin, as I like to call it, at an all-time low in the last 18 months, 95,000, 94,000 this morning. There was 126,000 a few weeks ago, okay? And it took the Bitcoin guys by surprise. The XRP guys, we have like skin that's like that thick. We don't really care. And we know that we're at $2.22 or $2.25, and we know how the movie ends. So we don't really give a shit, right? So if you're positioned to be wealthy, obviously you're not going to fall into this category of waiting for some robot to take your job and, sleepless nights. That doesn't apply to you. However, I do believe that there's going to be some government jobs that you're going to go through. They're not just going to hand you $6,000 a month or $5,000 a month, but the universal basic income is coming. So let's see if we can find another one here real quick. That one was a good one. Okay, here's another one. That's fantastic. Okay. And let me go ahead and share my screen again.
Name one job that will be here in 10 years, and I will show you a robot that's already doing it. Go to Boston Dynamics YouTube channel and tell me that they don't already have a robot to replace anything that you have to say. And then there's this amazing Instagram page I've been following for the last 4 years. Every time somebody says, oh, well, what about a roofer? Bro, a roofing robot was invented 2 years ago. On top of the roof, it will remove the shingles and install new shingles all as it's going over top of the roof. It's already happening. So people are like, oh, roofers, landscapers. Okay, cool. Let's look at the transportation industry. 7 million people work in the transportation industry. Uber drivers, truck drivers, logistical people. All of those people, 7 million people, are they going to be around in 5 years? Name one job that will be here in 10 years, and I will show you a robot that's already doing it.
That is scary as you know what. And it's happening. It's happening right underneath everybody's nose. And you could, make believe this stuff doesn't exist, and you're going to wake up to a nightmare. You're still not convinced that you should call Mel Carmine or send the text message to Mel Carmine at 786-704-8817 and invest through my international brokers and get your XRP and get positioned. You're still not convinced? If this doesn't convince you, I'm sorry. I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink. You got to do that on your own. You feel me? Okay, let me get to another one. I mean, I got hundreds of these. I could show you example after example after example. This is what I do at night when I have time to kill. See how the enemy is closing in or trying to close in. There's only one thing standing between them and us right now is Donald J. Trump. Once he's gone, I don't know. I don't know who's coming in. I want who I want, but will the guy that I want be the guy? I don't know.
This is the world's first AI-powered robotic vertical farm. It grows crops in 15 days using 95% less water than traditional farming. It's called Auto Store. Imagine a giant Rubik's Cube filled with plants. Dozens of autonomous robots move through this grid system 24/7, repositioning crops to get optimal light exposure and delivering precise amounts of water and nutrients to each plant. No soil, just hydroponics with complete water recycling. Everything is controlled by AI that monitors each plant and adjust conditions in real time. The entire system is fully automated. No farmers, no weather dependency, no pesticides, just robots growing food in a climate-controlled environment that can fit inside a distribution center or even a retail store. Imagine walking into Costco or Walmart and the lettuce you're buying was grown in a vertical farm in the back of the store that morning. Maximum freshness, zero transportation costs, and because it's completely climate independent, you can put these anywhere. Deserts, Arctic regions, urban centers, doesn't matter. They're even designing this for Mars colonization. In 10 years, they want robotic vertical farms growing food on Mars using the same closed loop system. When farms become controlled robots inside warehouses that can operate on other planets, traditional agriculture starts looking like the past.
Yeah. So anyway, let's war game that a little bit. Grow farms, totally autonomous, totally automated in the back of Walmart, in the back of all of our food stores. Sounds good. No transportation cost, no dirtying up the planet with fuel. Packaging costs will be at a minimal, et cetera, et cetera. If you got robots, that means the prices of foods should go down by at least 75, 80%, if not more, because no transportation, no fuel, no breakdowns, no mechanics to fix the transportation trucks that transport the food. There's no staff to pay overtime. There's no staff that gets other staff pregnant. There's no gossip. There's no fighting. There's none of that. All this bullshit goes away. That's what's staring at us right in the eyes right now. Will they be growing food that's healthy for us? I don't know. I don't see RFK talking much anymore. You know, my friend Louis Herms is running for California. I wrote him an incredible business plan. It's not the best, but I'm sure he can add some things, subtract some things that may be overkill. But it is incredible nevertheless. He was very impressed. And one of the things I said is, let's send, first of all, let's do open carry, concealed carry, constitutional carry, mandatory every 6 months. All the people who are carrying have to go to school to be trained on how to use a weapon properly. So you got a free police force on the street, okay, which means crime will go way, way down, number one. Number two, let's take that money that you were paying that corrupt police force, which most of them are, and redirect it and pay a police force to go and inspect our food to make sure we're getting absolutely the most super organic food on planet Earth. Wouldn't that be something? You see, it's just a redirection of resources and power, okay? If you redirect money into something positive is going to happen. So there's a lot of great things in that business plan. I'm not going to give away anything because I don't want the competition to find out what that business plan has and try to copy it and beat us to it, but they won't. But nevertheless, let's go to another one. I got so many guys, you have no idea. Okay.
Is going on. My daughter lives near Collierville, Tennessee. She went into a Walmart to do some shopping today, which she rarely does. And they were removing all the meat from the counters, putting it in shopping carts and putting it in the back. And she stopped one of them and she's like, hey, I need a roll of that hamburger. Yeah, we can't sell you this meat. She was like, why? And he's all, I don't know. We were told to remove it all from the counters and we're not allowed to sell it. So she's like, whatever. So she walks over to the dairy counter where, you know, the cheese is and all that. No eggs, no milk, all removed off the shelves. So she's like, nah. She found somebody. She's like, get me a manager out here. A manager came out and my daughter's like, what's going on? Like, he wouldn't let me buy hamburger meat. I need to get milk. I need to get eggs. And he's like, we received a memo this morning at our morning meeting and we were told to remove all of this from all the shelves and not to sell any of it to the customers.
Well, let me cut through the chase for you so we'll save some time as we get to the next video. Either the food was contaminated and they had to remove it off the shelves, which is a possibility. It's a very small possibility. Or the other possibility is, they got to roll in Bill Gates' fake meat agenda. That's a possibility. Okay. So people have already reported this because I've seen those videos too, where they take the meat home and they start to look at it and it breaks very easily. And they're saying, this doesn't look like the meat I used to buy. You seen all the fake eggs that are coming in from China look exactly the same? This is what we're up against. And nobody wants to wake up. Nobody wants to fight. They call us conspiracy theorists still in 2025. It is absolutely nuts. All right. Let's go to the next one.
Have y'all ever seen anything like this? VinHub. So check it out. You scan the QR code, right? There's all the snacks. There's no employees. There are robots in here. There are robots taking your order. Oh my goodness. And they got everything. They got medicine. They got, oh my goodness. I have to order something. I have to. This is a crazy business model, y'all. This is a crazy business model. Can you see this? Do you see this? It's a giant vending machine. But instead of getting one Pop-Tart, you could get all the Pop-Tarts. Instead of getting the little bag of cheeses, you get the whole box, right? You go ahead and go grocery shopping in here. They got coffee made up there. They got A1 sauce. Come on, they got everything in here. Man, what? Oh, man, there's too many ways to make money, y'all. This is hard.
Pop-Tarts, those are probably very healthy for you, by the way. Absolutely crazy. And this is just the beginning. Hey, look, China looks like they figured it out, by the way. This is a good video.
This is crazy. The Chinese government just announced that some cities are running out of trash. Yep, you heard that right. There's not enough garbage. Some cities are digging up old landfills while others are buying trash from nearby towns. What's going on? Before 2010, garbage was a huge headache in China. With its massive population, cities were drowning in trash. 2/3 of urban areas were surrounded by waste. It polluted the air and threatened groundwater. That's when Du Xiangwan, a top engineer, proposed a bold idea: turn trash into electricity. Instead of dumping it, China began sending waste to power plants, where high-tech incinerators burned it cleanly. No harmful emissions. Even the leftover ash gets turned into cement for building roads. The result? No pollution, no smell, and no landfill problems. Today, China has over 1,100 waste-to-energy plants. Each ton of trash produces 200 to 500 kilowatt hours of electricity, bringing in $15 to $40 per ton. Now they're burning more than 800,000 tons of garbage a day, more than cities are producing. So what do? They've started buying trash for about $7 a ton, just to keep the plants running. Trash has officially become a valuable resource, and China is now exporting this technology to over 40 countries.
Can you imagine that? A guy by the name of Douche Yan Wang figures out the crisis on the garbage and turns trash into cash. That's pretty freaking cool as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, a guy with a name like Douche can figure it out, but we have a bunch of douches in our government that can't figure shit out. You know? That's all I got. That's all I got. I mean, look, XRP, XLM, XDC, the ISO tokens, the ones that are related to the ISO tokens are the ones to own. I hope you guys do. I hope you guys listen to us over the years. We've been right all along. I made a lot of people a lot of money, a lot of people who listened to me and took their Bitcoin and put it in XRP, and then they call me hours later saying thank you. Now I get it. It's not about the big shiny object that's that big number that does nothing. Exactly. And I know a lot of you guys own a lot of it. And we're not ready yet to tell our story. We will. Our day is coming. Our day in the sun is coming. And can't be fast enough for this dude, I'll tell you right now. I've been here for 10 years. You got to have a lot of patience. What if they make us wait? And I don't believe this, okay? I'm just playing devil's advocate. Well, what if they make us wait another 3, 4, 5 years? What if? Bottom line is, do you guys have the staying power? Do you guys have the stamina? Do you have enough cash flow coming in where you never, ever have to touch the XRP? I know I do. I know my wife Amber does. That's what you got to do, because you don't know. This thing's going to come so fast, man. It's going to come wickedly fast. And there's nothing that we could do about it except you're in a waiting pattern. You're in a waiting pattern. Again, don't forget to come to our event on the 30th of the month. Learn how to, it's a lifetime insurance policy. It's only got one premium. You buy it one time and you forget about it. You document everything, you notarize everything, you put all your assets, everything you own, all your businesses, gold, silver, paper currency, everything under one religious irrevocable trust. You own nothing. You control everything. And if the bad guys ever resurface after we come out of the med beds and we got a 1,000 or 2,000 year lifespan, you never know. A lot of things can happen in 1,000 years. So if you have 1,000, 2,000 year lifespan, because all these technologies come, by the way, they're entertaining us with all these propeller, 8 motor things that resemble a drone that are now the flying car. And they have cars in China that are coming out that you can sit in the back seat and it will drive you home. Autonomous cars that drive on their own. They're entertaining you. As I always like to say, they're fluffing your, you know what, right? They're fluffing your, you fill in the blank. Some people get offended when I talk like that. I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying. Okay. So think about that. It's because they don't want you asking questions. No, we want the car that Mel Carmine's talking about. The one that goes Mach 17, the one that goes Mach 34, the one that can get you from Miami to Manila in 12 and a half minutes. Not the one with 8 engines with propellers that has a 20 kilometer range. This is stupidity on steroids. Don't accept that. They got it all, folks. They got it. There's military installations with 6,000 patents. They have it all. They have technology that defies logic. Stephen L. Klaus in front of a room, and I've shared that video ad nauseum, in front of a room of alumni, prestigious college. We got the pieces. He's got to explain it a certain way, not to short circuit the normies. I understand. I get that. We have the technology sitting on the benches, he said. We have engineers that are friends of mine for 30 years. We could build it. We can go anywhere on Earth to anywhere else on Earth, exactly in those words, in less than 30 minutes. No, they've had it all along. But they got to entertain you with the 8-engine propeller thing that can only go 20 kilometers. And then you got to land and charge for 2 hours so they can go another 20 kilometers. Give me a break. They have free energy technology, no pumps, no belts, no water pumps, no oil pumps, no oil, no moving parts whatsoever. All contained. You won't know how it works, and you don't need to. But it never breaks down. You won't fly it, say, manually. You're not steering this thing that's doing Mach 17. You're not. You're just basically programming where you want to go, and it takes you there very fast. You won't even have time to take a nap. You won't, unless you put it at really slow speed. And I don't know what the slow speed on that thing might be, like Mach 6, Mach 8, which is pretty fast. You understand? You won't have time to take a nap. We're living in the biggest disruption in the history of planet Earth. You're going to have these flying machines that you can sleep on there. You're going to have a bathroom, a living room, a dining area, a thing that folds out, and you got a little patio while you're up there at 10,000 feet eating on the patio with your wife and your kids. They have it all. I know. I'm nuts. I'm not. I'm nuts like a fox. Airbnb goes away. Hotels.com. All the hotels. All the hotel staff goes away. It's disruption on steroids times 10,000, times 1,000,000. Robots are taking your jobs. It's going to be fun to watch this whole thing unfold. I'll tell you that, because I got plenty of popcorn. Guys, thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.